A little boy comes and proposes to a girl, saying, "Will you marry my father?" The girl smiles and says, "What a funny kid." Then she takes the flower from him and says, "Are you proposing with this 20-rupee flower? And where is your father? And what does he do?" The boy says, "My father is a businessman. He has a lot of money." The girl says to the boy, "Bring your father here. I'll propose to him myself." The boy leaves. The girl's friend says, "You already have a boyfriend, so why did you tell him to bring his father so you could propose to him?" The girl says, "Who knows? Maybe that boy's father is richer than my boyfriend. What's the harm in passing some time?" The boy brings his father and says, "Dad, I found your wife." The girl says, "This is your father?" "Yes," the boy replies. The girl says, "Your father looks like a driver." The boy holds the girl's hand and says to his father, "This mommy is good for us. Let's take her to a 5-star hotel." The father pulls the boy and says, "Son, how will she come with us? She doesn't even know us." The girl says, "I don't mind. I'll go to the hotel with you." The man says, "Then let's meet at the same hotel tomorrow morning. Sorry for whatever the child said." The girl's friend says, "That poor man is struggling and you told him to meet at an expensive hotel." The girl says, "I didn't force him. He offered it himself. He won't become poor from one lunch. He's already poor anyway. I'll go on one date with him, eat expensive food, and then bye-bye." The next day, the girl waits at the hotel. The man arrives with his son. The girl says, "Why did you bring the child?" The man replies, "I couldn't leave him alone." The girl says, "Okay, sit down." Then the boy tells his father, "I'm going to play on the swings. I'll be back after a while." The man says, "I still can't believe you came here to have lunch with me." The girl says, "If someone asks me so lovingly, how could I refuse? You could have worn better clothes today." Just then, a rich man passing by drops his car key. The girl says, "Excuse me, you dropped your key. Is that BMW in the parking lot yours?" The rich man says, "Yes, it's my car, but I think I've seen you somewhere before. Do you live in the nearby society?" The girl says, "Yes, I live there." The rich man says, "Are you free? We can have lunch together." The other man says, "She's not free right now. She came here with me." The girl angrily says, "Stop your nonsense. He asked me, not you." Then she says to the rich man, "Yes, we can have lunch together, but after that, you have to take me for a ride in your BMW." The rich man says, "Sure, let's go." The poor man says, "You came here with me. Why are you going with him now?" The girl replies, "Now I've found a better and richer man, so you can leave." The girl says to the rich man, "Come, let's sit and eat together." The rich man says to the poor man, "Get up and leave. Didn't you hear what she said?" The poor man gets up and leaves. The girl happily starts eating with the rich man. "The food in this hotel is very expensive and delicious," she says. The rich man lies and says, "I left my wallet in the car. I'll go get it." 3 hours pass, and he never comes back. The girl gets tired of waiting. The man is standing outside when the girl's friend comes and says, "I planned all this with my friend so that you wouldn't have to pay the entire bill. Thank you for thinking so much about us." Just then, the waiter comes and says, "It's been 3 hours. That man isn't coming back. Please pay the bill." The girl ends up paying a bill of $10,000. If you also believe that greed always leads to a bad ending, then like the video, subscribe, and write "Greed Hurts" in the comments.